Hello everyone, my name is Gabran Arruda, and I'm here to continue talking to you about how I spend my money. Last time we talked about my philosophy on spending money on a practical, everyday level, and in this episode, I'm going to talk to you about what this means for my life as a whole. Well, as of right now, I'm a senior in high school. So from here, I'm probably going to graduate, and only from there am I going to develop more and more independence, and this also means economic independence as well. Therefore, it's important that I start deciding what decisions I want to make long term. While my journey through life overall is very uncertain, and I do have great faith that God will lead me where I need to go, I do have a general foundation in mind. My number one investment that I plan to make after high school is, you guessed it, college. Through the credentials and the skills that I obtain in college, I'll be able to become an active, contributing member of society. While I would like to get a job in something that I'm passionate about, my number one priority is that the job pays well, and I'll be ultimately able to serve the people around me and bring more souls to the kingdom of heaven. Through college and eventually starting up my career, my number one financial goal, and this goes on throughout my whole life, is to pay off any debt that I have, whether it's be student loans, credit cards, anything that I have. And only after I pay that off will I actually use my money towards other investments. The number one reason why I prioritize debt before any other financial decision is because if I let the debt pile up and it catches up to me and I'm not able to sustain myself anymore, I can no longer be of service to society or make Christianity look inviting to anyone. After going through college, starting up my career, and budgeting debt into the picture, my priority after that would be to eventually buy a house. Now, in making the investment to own a home, there's three factors that I have to consider. Number one is affordability. Number two is convenience. Number three is comfortability. The first thing that I would have to do is to make sure that the house fits within my budget, and this also includes any possible repairs that I'd have to do on the house, either from old age or any other factors. Number two, convenience, has to do with primarily the location of the house. If it's convenient for me to get to my job and to other places that I normally spend time at, or if it's far away and I'd have to do a large commute, just that plays a very heavy factor in my decision-making process. And number three, comfortability. This mostly has to do with how big of a house it is and how much space that I would need, and just any factors in general that could diminish the stress of just being in the household, especially if I have a family and I don't have enough space for everyone to live in the house. And this also has to do with if it's a safe or unsafe neighborhood. This just has to do with any factors that include stress that would come with buying the house. After these three factors are generally met, I would probably be able to make a good, effective economic decision. Another investment that also goes without saying would be marriage. If I do decide to get married, I would have to plan a budget for the wedding itself, and also be able to find a partner that shares a lot of the same values that I do, as well as having very similar financial compatibility. The next primary investment that I really need to think about is my retirement fund. And this is important because it'll be able to financially sustain me even when I'm not able to actually continue working and contributing to society like I used to. This also enables me to still continue to be a blessing in whatever way I possibly can after I retire. I also do very much plan to incorporate investing in my future as well. I don't know exactly quite yet what type of investments that I'd like to make or what type of account that I'd like to open, but generally I'd like to make investments with the least amount of risk and the most amount of return, which I'm sure everyone can agree with. Finally, by far the most important investment that comes before any other type of investment I make would be to give at least 15% of my increase in tithes and offering. And any remainder money after I already do all my investments, I plan to either give to those in need or however God's work still needs to be progressed in the world. And I believe on these principles, I can truly live a successful life here on this earth. This now concludes my 3-part vlog series on how I spend my money. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below or would like to see any other future vlogs later. But for now, peace!